Witch's broom is one of the three main fungal diseases affecting cacao. There are a variety of signs and symptoms associated with this disease, however most are characteristic to the disease itself, not the specific plant species it is attacking. This makes it easy to identify the disease on different species, as it all looks pretty much the same. The most defining characteristic of this disease is the formation of brooms. Several different types of brooms can be formed, but for the most part they are all pretty similar. One interesting symptom of this disease is when young fruit becomes indirectly infected. The fruit forms with a thickened stalk and broad shoulders, which taper to a blunt tip, giving a carrot-like profile. Other signs and symptoms include necrosis, premature ripening, enlargement and distortion, as well as lesions on the pod. Infection of witch's broom begins with the basidiospores penetrating the plant through wounds or the stomata. During the first stage, the disease grows exclusively in the extracellular space of the living plant tissue. During this time, drastic morphological alterations occur, resulting in the green broom structure. 1 to 3 months later, necrosis occurs, giving rise to the dry broom structure. After alternating rainy and dry periods, basidiomyta are formed on the necrotic hyphae, which completes the pathogen life cycle. Cultural control of witch's broom is the basis for disease management, and has been since the disease was first introduced. According to research, broom removal reduces the incidence of disease dramatically. When possible, individual brooms should be removed and cut off at least 7 inches below the point of infection. To have any chance of success, the removal of the brooms must be as thorough as possible. It is recommended that the diseased material should be quickly decomposed.
Hello, my name is John Leader, and today I'll be talking to you about witch's broom disease on cacao in Brazil. These are the nut of the cacao plant, and these are what used for making chocolate. And in their raw state, they're quite bitter and untasteful. In 1989, Brazil was the second largest producer and exporter of cacao beans. But in 1989, the witch's broom disease was introduced and wiped out 50 to 95% of the crop. Brazil went from producing 400,000 tons of cacao beans to 100,000 pounds of cacao beans in 10 years. Companies such as M&M and Mars are the largest importers of cacao beans. In America, we buy almost $100 million worth of cacao beans from Brazil each year. Because of witch's broom disease, our dependence on Brazil cacao beans has decreased. But don't worry, we can always rely on West Africa and Southeast Asia for our demand.